But I'm not falling. say nothing. You told me that I would never run. I can't say nothing. If only I made it out of time. Or I could say hi for a minute now. Your lies I can't forget about. Hi for a minute now. Or I could say nothing. You told me that I would never run. I can't say nothing. If only
Armed and dangerous!
Take me by your side. I'm feeling so alive. I feel so alive, yeah. Head for a long deep dive until you arrive and finally realize who I am. Let us run through the depths of our heart, while every thought and emotions unfold. And as we surface, we'll see and know the beauty that lies within me and you. Take me by your side. I'm feeling so alive. I feel so alive, yeah. Head for a long deep dive until you arrive and finally realize who I am. Let us run through the depths of our heart, while every thought and emotions unfold. And as we surface, we'll see and know the beauty that lies within me and you. Mama said you're meant to burn as bright as a star among the midnight sky. All the pressure blinded me, but now I see I'm no different from the rest. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. choices I make. Maybe they don't understand. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hitting the ground. You said I'd fly away. Do you wanna stay the night? 'Cause I don't wanna be alone. It's been weighing on my mind for too long, too long. Do you wanna save a life? 'Cause I just really need someone. I've been barely holding on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Valhall and Camp Hill. What's up, everyone? Coach Jonathan here once again today to to cast our Marvel Rivals matches today. And today we get to play against Immaculata High School. Good luck, have fun to them. In the meantime, before we transition into the game, I have a bunch of information for everyone in the stream, okay? So I have picks and bans. Picks and bans when, as in Valhalla and Camp Hill have selected to ban Hawkeye and Strange today. Immaculata High for map 1 have chose to ban Scarlet Witch and Hulk. And the locks coming down is we locked in Storm and they locked in Hela. So those characters are safe from the ban system. And we are getting a lobby set up so far and pending the map pick. And for those who don't know the player names, we have Owen, who is on Camp Hill 1, who is one of our support players. Lachlan is Lockin Sham, you see on the screen there. Or you guys don't get to see it, but anyways. Lockin Sham, that'll be Lachlan. Animal team we'll see is Evie. Support player, we have our DPS out of Aiden, who will be Oryx the Taken. Cam is VidGod, playing tank today. And Landon also on VH Camp Hill 5. That will be our other tank player. That being said, there's your information for picks and bans. Again, ladies and gentlemen, be patient with us as we wait upon the new lobby being made and our maps being pick and banned. So I believe both these teams, our team along with Immaculata High School, are both undefeated so far in their matchups we both had. Last week we had a nice clean sweep against our opponent, GG's, and good luck to them in their next match. And then I believe same thing here for Immaculata High. Could be wrong there. So both these teams have experienced a win, and I look forward to a great match tonight so far. I think we will go into a quick break in the meantime to get these lobbies set up and the match started. Appreciate everyone, and I will see you guys very shortly.
Do you wanna stay the night? 'Cause I don't wanna be alone. It's been weighing on my mind for too long, too long. Do you wanna save a life? 'Cause I just really need someone. I've been barely holding on, and I'm still running from my demons. I'm still hiding all my secrets, and I just need someone I believe in. Will you wait for me while I'm still healing? You know what to say every time I start to slip away, and I surrender. I surrender. There's no more falling down. I've hit the ground, so I surrender. And I surrender. There's no more falling down. I've hit the ground. You don't owe me anything, but I believe that you can show me all the things that I've been needing. I'm just hoping you give me a reason to go on. And I'm still running from my demons. I'm still hiding all my secrets, and I just need someone I believe in. Will you wait for me while I'm still healing? You know what to say every time I start to slip away, and I surrender. I surrender. There's no more falling down. I've hit the ground, so I surrender.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jonathan back here at it again, and we have our match well underway here very shortly. I do want to thank everyone for your cooperation and your patience as we got the lobby set up and loaded it in. We're going in with our player picks here very shortly. Now you guys get to see what's going on. Okay, trying to get it all. All right, so going into the match, you see we have a Loki. We're going with the full comp there. You just got it for a second. We have the Thor, Captain America. We have the Loki. We have the Hela locked in there. And we're playing on one of the Tokyo maps for the Spider-Man. So you see the Loki set up there. We have Mrs. Fantastic or Invisible Woman as well. You're going to see this match up with the new patch going in with the Fantastic 4 characters coming in. Don't think we will see any Mr. Fantastic, but Invisible Woman has really shaked up the meta there. And we have a first pick going in. Lachlan is going to take out their Psylocke on Loki. Very good first pick. We see Venom gameplay going on back there. I think that's a Venom Penny Psylocke composition on that backside there. Venom falls. We also have Storm. Storm has made a very good statement so far in this match, getting all the buffs coming in for the new Season 1 coming out. Back there we see the Penny on the backside, so we have a symbiote team-up composition going on for Immaculata High. All right, so we just have the Loki POV, I believe. We're going to see the Hela take out the Psylocke. We have the duel with the Venom going in. It is an Iron Man being pocketed by Loki to take on that Venom comp. Venom does fall. So far, so good for Valhalla and Camp Hill. We have Immaculata High still stuck in their spawn. The Loki ult is ready and charged up. Although we see the Moon Knight come down. Getting a very good pick on the top. We also see a Black Panther coming off of a dive into the back line. That's going to take down 2. And now Immaculata High has broken the defense and is going to take that space moving forward. Camp Hill coming off of the walk back from spawn, getting the reset up for another attempt to hold. We have the Psylocke ult coming in, and that's going to take down 2. That's going to be Loki out once again. Very good ult utility usage out of Immaculata High. That takes out both supports once again, making it very, very hard for the rest of the team to keep up in the fight. We're going to see the tanks back up a little bit of a regroup as we allow them to take that last point there. Definitely don't want to get staggered, ladies and gentlemen. That's just how things can go wrong really quickly there. We're going to see the Invisible Woman ult come down. Loki's going to drop his totems to make sure to keep the team alive. Psylocke gets away a little bit one shot, and now we have a brawl on the point here. We'd like to see the Loki stay back just a little bit more there. He does get dove on into the back line. A little too far out, but we also see a lot of ultimate utility available. We have Hela ult. We have the Loki ult. All right, the regroup is back once again. Loki. We have the Hela trading out. Trades coming through, continuing as the brawl comp goes through. We have the Rocket ult coming down in. Psylocke doing some very menacing things. And then the dive by Panther. It'll be interesting to see how Camp Hill reacts to the Panther changeup, because this Panther player is absolutely running amok into the back line. I feel like we've seen the walk back over and over. And we have 5 ults, so I'd like to see a little bit of ult utility usage going on here. We might be looking to gear up for a Storm ult. Now the Storm ult going down in with the Psylocke ult as well. We're going to get 1, 2, 3. The Hela team up is going to keep Thor alive, and then I think we're going to get a team wipe here. The last one being the Panther. Panther goes down. That is a successful wipe with 2 Storm ults and some team play right there. Very nicely done by Camp Hill. And now all that forward momentum that we saw from Immaculata High has stalled out just a little bit. Very nicely done. So there's still a couple ultimates left, I believe, on the side of Camp Hill, and from what I understand, I don't think any ults other than the Psylocke ult was used in that last team fight from Immaculata. So expect a lot of utility to be coming out in these next couple team fights there. So the Venom goes in for the dive. Panther takes down Hela. Panther doing his dive. Invisible Woman and Loki are doing a good job trying to keep the team up. That being said, we have the Thor ult going down. And the only ultimate we have left is coming out of Invisible Woman. Those who don't know how the Invisible Woman ult goes down, it's kind of like a giant invisible cylinder that comes down, and teams that play inside of it are invisible to teams who are outside of it. That allows you to hold space, and it's a good healing reset. That being said, after some team fight trades coming in, Camp Hill is able to hold the objective once again. Loki clones are set up. We have the Invisible Woman shields. It is looking like we are going to work towards getting Loki totems go down, and the team fight begins. We're going to see a lot of focus going in on the dive. We're going to see the Luna go down and the Penny go down for Immaculate High. You have Black Panther ulting, I believe. Rocket and Psylocke do go down. Venom dives into the back, goes late, and dies as well. And then I believe it's a Psylocke still. No, it's a Black Panther, excuse me. The Black Panther was in the back line diving. Hela is going to continue to hold space going forward. And now this is that spawn trap that kind of happens once you start to stagger. Psylocke ult goes down for Immaculata High. Unfortunately, the Loki does get solo ulted and goes down. Now this is off that ultimate. I expect Immaculata to try to take space off of it. We're going to see how Camp Hill holds it from there. Note that we do have a Loki ult, and in overtime, I expect multiple ultimates to come down. The Hela ult starts, takes down the Panther, takes down the Luna in the back line from the Iron Man, and Camp Hill is able to successfully hold them after the first point. Looking at the stat line going forward, 122 meters is the distance to beat, ladies and gentlemen. I believe the composition is all the same. We have the Hela and Thor team up. We have the Storm. We do see a change to the Mantis. Mantis is going to play very, very well into this composition, especially brawling. You get that damage team up onto the tanks who are the brawl comp here. There's the team up that we were talking about. We have the Hela, Loki, Thor team up. That's going to get the revives onto the Thor. Loki's going to be able to copy the ults, and then Mantis playing into brawl comps is really, really good. Although personally, I feel like Invisible Woman could also do very, very well here. Typically with brawl comps, Invisible Woman is able to heal and do damage through teams. Or, excuse me, her teammates into other teams. And when it comes to a brawl comp, everyone's kind of all together, just like shoving face. And that allows her to do damage and healing at the same time. But we're going to see how the Mantis change comes in for Camp Hill. Let's try to see if we can catch any noticeable changes coming in for Immaculata High here. Captain America goes in onto the dive. We still see the Venom there. We have the Venom Penny composition still. Penny is very weak in the back line. Storm's going to take out the Penny. You see the Mantis isolated. We have a support 1v1 in the back line there. Luna is now split as well. Loki's got to make sure that he doesn't get picked in the back line, though. We have Rocket, who's all the way in our back line. So we have a support jumping the back line of Camp Hill. Panther into the back line once again. Panther with amazing sleep coming out from the Mantis. Eevee, well done. And now you see Camp Hill breaks that first point. And the composition and team moving forward. Let's try to pay attention to how the Captain America is going to take this space here with the Thor. So far, so good. There's the dive into the back line. We have Venom shoving face in the back line, trying to cause problems. The Loki totems go down. That's going to allow us to stabilize in the back and work on that back line. That Venom has to dip out and regroup and heal. We're going to see that the Penny is traded out. Psylocke's going to take care of that. Captain America gets two there with the Mantis pick as well. Loki has to try to dodge out and play his life. Captain America's going to get three onto the support. Raccoon goes down, and Camp Hill continues to shove here. Closing out on, I believe, just under 100 meters now to move forward. Psylocke ult goes down, is going to take care of the Storm. Loki's going to back up. Totems go down to keep the rest of the team alive. That's a lot of damage control coming out of the Loki player there. Fantastic work. You have Penny in the back line up top. You see the Captain America go in for the dive. Loki going into overtime here to keep Shaq, make sure that everyone's alive here. That penny in the back line still causing problems, but Camp Hill's going to take care of that one there. Great work out of Aiden on the Storm. Hella's going to take care of 2. Psylocke down. Raccoon down. Camp Hill continues to move this forward. I expect to see some utility come down here. I think Storm's going to ult here, and we're going to might copy with the Loki as well. Venom gets slept. He's going to take down. Storm's going to ult. Here comes the final push here for Camp Hill. Can they do it here? Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Psylocke is not able to stop the convoy, and Camp Hill is going to take that first map 2-1. Congratulations, Camp Hill, and GG's to Immaculata High. Great work, great work. All right, so we're going to see the Owen on Storm with an MVP there. Great work by Camp Hill. Again, GG's to Immaculata High for map 1, ladies and gentlemen. And we will be going into a brief break in between the next map to get everything set up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back.
Life even worth living. All that I see is gray. But I keep on breathing. All in it.
falling short, diving deep. Where is the water taking? Trying hard, it is. Cabin fever's pulling me. I want to hold on to something greater. I feel the waves come crashing in. I'm drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, 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 colors draw me, gravity to the bottom of the sea. Making waves, I'm making waves to leave this place. I'm drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, 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 drowning,
I wake up in silence, I turn and I face an empty bed. There's no one besides me, and I try to remember what I've said. It's hard to remember, 'cause I can see glass all in my room. I'm searching for answers. Why did you leave? What did I do? Oh, can we turn back time so we can redo last night? I think that I messed up, but it's all erased from my mind.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jonathan back here at it again with another Marvel Rivals cast. And going into Map 2 after Camp Hill's successful 2-1 victory over Immaculata High. I have bans going in for you guys before this next map starts. We, once again, Camp Hill bans Hawkeye and Strange. Immaculata High does ban Storm and Hella. And then locks are Penny and Panther. The map is going to be Hell's Haven. And then, that being said, it is also one of the newer maps, I believe, that came out with the new expansion, or a season, excuse me. And let's get right into the gameplay. All right, we have a fresh set of POVs for you guys. We have the Winter Soldier POV. We also have Groot, Jeff, Penny, so this is a domination map for those who don't know. We also have the Mantis and the Star-Lord combination. Domination is a point capture objective versus a convoy. We can tell by that with the Penny composition. Penny is actually a really, really strong domination tank because of her nest and ability to put those nanobots to use and do some serious damage and be very oppressive as a tank itself. And as name goes, for Valhalla and Camp Hill being team again, we get to see the Winter Soldier POV off the rip here. Penny Oak goes down to start the hold. Black Panther was locked, so we're going to see the Black Panther cam going crazy here in the back line. Though they made the adjustment to play Mantis, which allows Mantis has that sleeping ability. Panther gets focused down. Panther goes down. Venom into the back line there. You're going to see Winter Soldier try to work on that as well. You see the Penny nest going down. That's going to hold that objective and be very oppressive. Groot going onto the front lines there. That is Landon going to take one down with the wall of Rocket. Winter Soldier going to duel the Venom now. Venom with the E ability to go into the overshield. Penny going down for them as well is going to allow Venom to stay alive a very, very long time. And Landon's going to take them out on Groot. That being said, this is pushing up into the spawn. You're going to see Lachlan take down their Punisher player. And Winter Soldier is going to back up, stay alive there. We have Owen on the Jeff, keeping him up alive. A very successful first push, hold, and then push into spawn coming for Camp Hill. Swapping POVs here, we have the lovely Groot-Jeff combination. Landon on the Groot. We'd love to see some vertical walls here. So how Groot can be played, ladies and gentlemen, between a experienced Groot player and a learning Groot player is how they place their walls. Notice how Landon is being very aggressive in holding chokes, okay? So Blue Note going down, excuse me. We're going to take a break from the analytical work here. Blue Note going in. That allows Immaculata High to walk in onto point. With the stun there. Groot's going to go for the ult. That's 3 DPS players. Going into the Winter Soldier ult as well. Penny going down. You also see the Star-Lord ult and the Penny ult. So there's 4 ultimates going down. Penny's going to run all the way into the spawn. Make sure the nanobots are going all the way back there. The preset wall's coming in for Groot. Black Panther walks in staggered. They're going to block. They're going to get that pick, and Venom cannot walk in. That is the first point going in for Camp Hill as we move over to Super Soldier Factory. Very well done. So going into the next set here, I believe we still have 2 ultimates. We're going to have the Jeff ult and probably the Mantis ult. I believe that is the other support. And that'll be helpful off this opening point with a Mantis being able to walk onto site. Oh, excuse me, just the Jeff ult. Mantis ult was used. We also see the switch to Namor instead of Star-Lord. And not a single life was taken on the side of Camp Hill. Very, very open, very, very strong opening statement coming out of Camp Hill. Let's see how Immaculata High is able to make the adjustments on this next set here. So the interesting about Namor here is the squids, okay? The squids, as you see them already going out, is also very oppressive ability. You see the Penny walking in with the Venom symbiote matchup there. Rocket's going to put down his utility. We see the Black Panther going in, diving into the back line, as well as the Psylocke working onto the point there. Penny and Groot, very, very strong combination for tanks to try to hold the objective. Jeff and Mantis putting in a lot of heals, keeping Groot alive to now retake this site. We're going to hear the Penny ult going down. Penny is going to hold the point as the Penny versus Penny matchup. That is the Immaculata High side. Punisher ult going down here as well for Immaculata. We're going to see how the Groot is able to keep his HP up. Jeff ult going down. He's going to look to swallow. Jeff getting 3. Groot going to take out the 4th. It is just now down to the Venom. And I did not see the DPS, but probably the Black Panther. Panther's probably going to play his life on the back line there. They're going to reset. That is a perfect retake for Camp Hill. Groot wall is going down for the reset. Swap POVs here for a moment. Let's see how the Namor adjustment is going for, instead of a Lachlan on Star-Lord, we have the Namor pick. Again, those squids are able to do a lot of damage over time. And if you right-click as Namor, the squids will auto-lock to a specific target and do increased damage and damage output going forward. Now, although the turret was taken care of, we're going to see Lachlan walk forward towards the med pack and get taken out. Namor also has the ability to go into a water bubble and, you know, use that as an escape utility as well. So we see the adjustment is being made. Immaculata High does retake point. Groot's going to get a kill onto the wall there for Landon. Swapping over to the Jeff POV, we're going to see the ult come in for Winter Soldier. Let's see if we can get the Winter Soldier cam back up. On board with the Penny. Penny Nest going down to hold the objective. We see the Venom up there. Very, very weak. And notice the red box that you see on Venom. If Winter Soldier is able to kill an opponent on with the red box in their HP, it does allow him to reset his ultimate and allow him to do some more slamming. We're going to see the group box up top left. That's going to force them to play into the main and right side entrances there. We're going to see the turret coming out for Punisher. Punisher turret down. Venom working on that left side door. Mantis is going to get a pick onto the Luna, so you're going to see the support duel go down. On board with the Winter Soldier cam. We also see a change with the Black Panther going into the back right. Punisher getting chased down. Punisher's going to go down to the Winter Soldier. Black Panther's going to have to deal with that duel. And the Black Panther's going to peel out into the backside. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, I have a friend joining me on the booth here. Coach Christian, welcome to the madness, my brother.
Thank you. I'm excited. Coming in a little late, but looks like we're dominating so far.
Yeah, we're into the overtime stage here. We're going to see the Penny versus Penny matchup. We have Cam doing a great job here. Now we have Immaculata High doing a last-ditch effort to take over the point. And that Black Panther ult does come in and clear up some of Camp Hill. Very strong ult going forward. And I think you came over just for a retake, so I might have to ask you to get off the desks. Because that ult, just, you know.
That Black Panther ult was insane right there.
That was a great ult.
Especially in collaboration with the Rocket ult, it looked like.
I do think I did see that totem as well. But the Jeff ult coming through for the retake. We did not get the Jeff cam. Let's see what the Jeff is all about going on.
Let's see if that's enough for Camp Hill to take back the point.
We have both tanks, Groot and Penny walking on. See, I believe this is, yep, there's the Jeff cam going in. After an amazing ult from Owen, we're going to have to give him the Jeff cam. And the retake going through Panther, Punisher, and the Luna going down. Penny is not able to walk onto the point, and Camp Hill with, and again, holds strong and takes map
We see the Winter ult get like, what, 5 there? 4 or 5 right there at the very end. Aiden really locking in with it.
Aiden has done an amazing job, and as soon as I switch POVs, this guy just goes crazy. Like, I don't know if that was, there it is, the respectful MVP. A team again, going at it again.
Again, absolutely.
A great 2-0 there for that map. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Hello, Coach Jonathan, Coach Christian here. Hello. So those picket bands, as you see on our little whiteboards there, they locked in the Panther. If you're here for map number 1, that Panther was doing a lot of damage in our back line, and we made the switch to Mantis. And there was a couple of really cool sleeps that ended up going on. So that adjustment was made, but you missed the double storm combination on map number 1. So Lachlan, instead of DPSing, was playing Loki.
Okay.
And as soon as the storm ult came down, he copied, and we had 2 hurricane systems just going straight through the team there.
Wow.
You also missed the double brawling tank compositions. We had Thor and Captain America in there.
Okay.
And that was the first that we've played a double brawl comp outside of a domination map. So far in this lineup and the match so far today, as long as we keep the Black Panther on a leash, we do okay. But as you saw coming in, that Black Panther is a menace.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the side of Immaculata High. So that being said, I believe we're going into picket bands one more time.
Yes. Hopefully the final time.
Hopefully for the final
on the
time.
term of Camp Hill.
But you can't put it past some of these kids. Some of these kids are mechanically gifted and can cook up some crazy ideas. So we can't count Immaculata out so far. But Camp Hill 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Camp Hill has got to be feeling good, even with the, with some of the pressure on the backs. Obviously, maybe not a completely different because of the results, but a little bit of a different game from that we saw last week, where Camp Hill just kind of rolled their competition last week. Much closer, seeming like many more fights going on, potentially swinging either way. So it's really good from the little bit that I have seen and that I've heard, to see Camp Hill be challenged here a little bit and see how they handle that pressure and if they can keep up with that competition.
Oh, absolutely. Map 1 was close. It was 2-1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was 2-1. I think Immaculata High had the same kind of ordeal in week 1 of the split, having a very dominant start to their season. I could be wrong there, but I believe both teams were 1-1. And now, both sides are making each other work.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing. It is very entertaining to watch and cast. And I'm excited for map number 3.
Same. I'm excited just because I get to watch it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. You came back into 2 crazy ultimates.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
As a matter of fact, I don't think you're allowed to leave now, because otherwise we're going to miss some ultimate highlights.
Yeah, no, I don't think I am either. Which is all right. I wasn't planning on it, so.
That's great. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going into another quick break in between so we can get picks and bans rolling for you guys, get that map selected, and then you get to see our handsome faces for another Marvel Rivals map. Appreciate it, everyone. We'll see you soon.
into the Bentley used. It won't take long, even when I'm without you, when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. This fine line that we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Ooh, I'm down for anything. Yeah, we can make a mess inside this booth. You're taking me to places old and new. Sweetest sound than our favorite song. And it feels like every time that it comes on, we just roll on till the day's done and the lights gone. And it won't take long, even when I'm without you, when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along, yeah. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. This fine line that we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything.
Tell me if you're hurt and I'll be there. Carry you away to the promised land. Feel your heartbeat and don't be scared. 'Cause I'll be there, yes I'll be there. You and I, we can fly anywhere you wanna go. Find a place we can hide, we can make it on our own. All along for the ride, to the stars just follow. You and I, side by side, dancing in your halo. You and I, we can fly anywhere you wanna go. Find a place we can hide, we can make it on our own. All along for the ride, to the stars just follow. You and I, side by side, dancing in your halo. Dancing in your like a fever taking over, it's burning. You're so stuck in your head, think I'm leaving. In your mind I know that you're hurting. That I'll be there, yes I'll be there. You and I, we can fly anywhere you wanna go. Find a place we can hide, we can make it on our own. Go along for the ride, to the stars just follow. You and I, side by side, dancing in your halo.
My life a story, I'm trying to find a glory. Got them all sleeping on me, my haters out here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some Marvel Rivals.
So giving the team a whole pep talk. Here we
Absolutely.
go. Coach Jonathan back
Team
here
is-
in the flesh.
Team is locked in and ready.
Oh, they're so locked and ready. Cannot wait. Did we talk over bands yet?
We,
or
we
what's
did
up?
not. I was waiting for you so we could talk about them together.
You're such a gentleman.
Oh,
Go ahead and
I
start
appreciate
off.
that. So, we start off with the Hella ban. You'll have to talk to me a little bit. Were we seeing Hella earlier in the game? Was Hella a little bit of a threat?
So there was a little bit of a Hella threat. Us picking Hella, I'm not quite sure. I think it was a throw pick to make sure that one of our compositions, one of the secret sauce, was protected.
Okay.
So the Hella ban came in there. The second one there being Punisher, that was because they keep locking Panther.
Mm-hmm.
I believe their one player is a Panther main, or OTP, if you will. So they're constantly locking them. The strategy behind that was to disrupt their other DPS players.
Yeah.
So someone took a punch over there.
Well, and Punisher, a really good counter for Jeff. A lot of ways to get out of his abilities and his ult.
Oh, absolutely.
With turret and all
the
that
turret
kind of fun
iframe,
stuff.
absolutely. That's a good
Yep.
point.
So, does not surprise me that, especially if we're anticipating on the Jeff pick from Owen again, that we would ban Punisher. Talking about their bans a little bit. Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye is. I like to feel like a pretty standard one. It seems like for a lot of teams.
It is, despite the nerf on the charge up. Hawkeye is just still a menace to society. So gotta keep him
I mean,
out
he
of
still has the one shot,
Yep.
so still a threat. And then Iron Man. I mean, I don't know about this week. We saw Lachlan last week absolutely shred on Iron Man.
Absolutely.
I assume it's a very similar story because of that.
So because if you look at our locks, we locked Hulk.
Yup.
So locking Hulk puts the Gamma Trio in people's
True.
minds, and that having one of a very strong DPS players out of Oryx or Aiden, banning the Iron Man is kind of a safety thing there. And then you also see, again, we talked about them locking the Panther.
Yup.
And here we are moving into Shin Shibuya, Tokyo.
Yup, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tokyo 2099.
You know, it'd be pretty cool if I could live to 2099.
I would like to think I can make it that far. Do I actually think
As
I'm
a
going to make it that
2000s, baby,
long?
I don't know. I might have to lock in.
I'm in the same boat, brother.
If I can go to 2099 and make it to the 2099 map, I'd be pretty satisfied with that.
I'm going to need medicine advanced quite a bit in the next 20 to 30 years.
I don't know. These superheroes manage to live that long.
True.
I feel like we could lock it in there. So going into the team composition here, you want to run that for the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of missed it. I didn't get to see it much. I know we have a Mantis and a Storm. I got those two locked in.
Yep.
Looks like I saw Magneto as well as we actually load in the game here. Yep. Magneto, Storm, Mantis, Winter Soldier, Thor, and Rocket. It's going to be Camp Hill's team comp.
Yeah, so funny enough, Lachlan actually is switching to the Rocket because of our lovely friend, Winter Soldier, having that unlimited ammo team up there because, it wouldn't be team again without hearing again.
True. Absolutely. I agree.
Storm with recent buffs made her breakout debut into the DPS role, and then everything else is just pretty much standard brawling.
Yeah, Storm, a very big threat. Even in ranked, I feel like you catch a good Storm player and it could just be a threat to the whole lobby. So definitely interesting to see the Storm pick here and see what I believe Owen can do with the Storm.
Owen got an MVP on Storm map 1.
Oh,
so
wow, okay.
Definitely a menace to society. We are feeling the wrath of the goddess, ladies and gentlemen. And that Bucky just got slammed.
Yeah, holding a pretty aggressive angle here, at least in my
Very
opinion.
aggressive hold. Ladies and gentlemen, notice that the rocket totem is there to keep Storm alive, although apparently it does not matter. We're going to keep the Eevee's going to get the revive coming in. That poor rocket, I don't know where that guy's going.
Looks like now starting to back up a little bit, starting to hold this a little bit more of a choke point, but Panther, just a menace to society for our backline right now.
Yeah, honestly, their Panther player has been very entertaining to watch, but I just feel like as soon as that Panther player... Oh, almost got the Storm pick there. Back to what I was saying is I feel like the Storm... not the Storm, but the Panther player on the other side for Immaculata High School once he's taken care of, I feel like the rest of the game goes together. But as long as they are alive, it's a little trouble back there in the back line.
Absolutely. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me if we see it again here. We see. I'm currently watching Evie's Pav. He was jumping. He was looking for the kill on her, but luckily the teammates were able to help her out that time.
Absolutely, and some of the sleeps that she's gotten. Well, speaking of sleep, Venom goes to sleep, and then he's stuck. Luna's going to save him, though. The Thor and the Storm matchup. Oh, hello, Bucky.
Rocket. Rocket trying to get a flank.
You're going to see that Panther ultimate. Those are the things you got to worry about. Again, ladies and gentlemen. Panther getting 4. Okay. See, now I don't want to say that I brought that on as a caster, but that's just something we just have to be watching at all times.
Caster curse is real, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just, take it away, brother.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it all night. And even though we only got, I think, 1 with the actual ult itself, he cleans up another 3. So just massive swing from single-handedly their Panther player. And Campo definitely needing to regroup and kind of hold this point to not let that happen again.
Yeah.
Poor Evie getting terrorized by the Panther.
Yeah, so with Mantis having that sleep, that's definitely going to help her a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the Winter Soldier cam going in here, letting Aiden do some work here. Penny goes in for the dive. That was a Penny voice line.
Yep.
That is a canceled Penny ult. Venom goes in to make an appearance, and then it's just up from there. Panther terrorizing the rooftops. We're going to see Storm go up there and see how things go from there.
Campo, after the regroup, after the partial team wipe there from the Panther, do a really good job at getting back to the choke point that they want to hold and regrouping and making sure that they're not giving up too easily here. Looks like they're going to try and find Rocket lacking, and they do find him.
They do find him, but there was a grapple on the Soldier grappled the Panther. Now, he gets away because, of course, Panther gets away. But, almost a very detrimental pick there. Venom ult going down and in to target the Soldier. Panther goes in as well. You're going to see that Luna. We're going to see I think it's a Luna Venom dive here.
Mm-hmm.
Venom does go down to Cam on Thor.
Yep, and we saw Panther get 1, but
Panther
going
gets
down
grappled
himself,
and then taken down as well. Very good job from Aiden there.
Yeah, Aiden doing a really good job at keeping that Panther in check. Not something we're highlighting a lot, but he is very quick to turn to his teammates and find where that Panther is and do his best.
He's also doing it on 14 HP. The heals do
Also
come in
true.
now, and the ultimate as well.
And the rocket ult. And they hold strong.
Very strong.
And Campo, all they need to do is cap this point, and they secure the round. Securing the sweep, I guess I should say. Securing the match.
It would be the round, the map, the match. The TikTok and funny clip, Marvel Rivals enjoyer of myself. Yep. I would love to see one of these days getting the kids to do the 6 tank roll, portal play into point. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't capture the point, or the enemy doesn't capture the point, and then you go into the next round. Since Strange wasn't banned, it'd be fine to see a Strange portal with 6 tanks walk into point for free. But that might be saved for another day.
Yup. We do see the Strange come out here, switch from the Magneto, so we could anticipate a cheeky portal coming through.
I predicted a portal play week 1. I predicted the Panther terrorization on that ultimate. Unfortunately for Camp Hill, I would love to be right here just for the entertainment.
I think if this Strange prediction is correct, our names might have to go in the Hall of Fame of the greatest Marvel Rivals casters to ever.
I think we'd be the greatest Marvel Rivals analysts. I might have to get a lottery ticket after
That's what
tonight.
I'm saying.
That being said, let's see if this portal play goes through.
And here it comes. Looks like Owen's going to take a little peek. Not going to see anything he likes too much.
Here it is. It's going
And
into the back line here. The dive, ladies and gentlemen.
Luna
the rocket Q goes down.
Eliminated.
Oh my gosh, Luna as well. Whole lot of rocket. Panther getting chased down.
If Panther can get killed here, and there he goes. I think that's huge for Camp Hill. Just need to eliminate a couple more. And there it is.
Sometimes I can be right.
If we saw it happen last week, we see it happen again this week. these rounds with the strange portals, they end so fast that like we don't even have time to talk about it before they're
doesn't.
over.
You know, I blink and by then it's all over, and we see
Exactly.
another Owen MVP on Susan Storm.
Yes, absolutely. The 19-2-8, I believe, or 19-2-9. Great showcase from Owen on the Storm.
Yeah, that's just a detriment to the buff that Storm got.
Absolutely.
Just absolutely wreaking havoc. Well, anyways, that is a 3-0 for the side of Camp Hill, ladies and gentlemen. GG's to Immaculata High. And yeah, that just a well-rounded play from all of our kiddos. I would like to note that Lachlan, or Lock and Sham, played, I think, 4 or 5 different characters today. So that is a detriment to the strategy, or the commitment to the strategies going forward for the side of Camp Hill. And I want to give another shout-out and GG's to Immaculata High. That being said, any closing statements for you before I disappear and have you do some interviews?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's impressive to see. Again, I talked about it a little bit. Camp Hill still having a little bit more competition this week, still holding their ground, and I can't speak for you, Coach Jonathan, but I always love to come up here and get to cast alongside you and get to watch some fantastic Marvel Rivals. So
no, I absolutely love it. You're always welcome to sneak in here on,
of course,
at any given moment. I know you got a little bit of extra stuff going on during these matches, but yeah, amazing stuff. Very fun to watch the kids play. They did great again today, and I think I'm just going to leave this off to you with the interviews.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jonathan, going to step off here, going to let Coach Christian bring the kiddos up here and get their insight on today's match. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to shift over here. Back in my home setup, my home spot, ladies and gentlemen. Feels good to be up here, and my favorite segment. I get to interview these fantastic kids that we have. And honestly, I get to interview someone that I am very close with, one of my favorite students, Evie.
Hello.
Evie, welcome to the booth. And how are you feeling after those matches?
Great. Feeling great.
So we saw some really crucial sleeps come through from you, especially on the Panther. We saw Panther terrorize you. I think every single map that we saw Panther.
Yeah.
What are you doing to make sure that you're securing those sleeps and that you're telling your teammates when you start to get that dive?
First of all, once Panther dives on me, I start screaming Panther. Because first of all, I'm not the best with my sleeps. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Every time I try to sleep him, he jumps. But I have gotten some good sleeps. Just making sure that we definitely target Panther, get him immediately eliminated, because we don't want someone running around in our back line.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw the Panther just super swingy that game, kind of change the momentum of games, and that being a little different than you guys experienced last week.
Right.
How did it feel to play against a team that was a little bit more of a competition overall compared to the team you guys played last week?
Honestly, it felt really good. It showed more of our skills that we could accomplish, and it was definitely more of a fight for sure.
And we saw Mantis. I don't know if we saw anyone else. I unfortunately was not up here.
I played Invisible.
Okay.
For like the first half, it wasn't quite working because of Black Panther. We needed the sleep. So.
Yep. And so we see the Mantis, right? I assume Mantis is your main at this point.
Yeah.
What are you doing every single week, or with Coach Connor, or even with Coach Jonathan, to continuously improve on your ability with Mantis?
Honestly, I play games just about every day, playing Mantis, and definitely working on getting better with my sleeps, because they're kind of hard for me to time. I'm not gonna lie, and just making sure I keep damage boosting people, having it on all the time, just figuring out just working on it, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Evie, so much for your time up here.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
All right, who's coming up next? Who's my next victim? Looks like he's gonna be Owen, my Jeff goat, my Jeff main, Owen. We saw Jeff. We saw Storm. We see a little bit of a role. Last week we saw a lot of support. Obviously, the Storm buff this past season. We see you playing Storm. How does it feel to kind of switch roles? And is there anything you're doing differently to kind of rotate into that DPS role?
It's very nice, but I personally think the way I use Jeff and the way I use Storm are extremely similar, which made it very easy to swap over to Storm and play Jeff at the same time. I'm just glad I don't have to play Adam Warlock because he's not that fun. I'm not going to lie.
There's a little diss to Adam Warlock. That's all right. We won't tell him. So we saw 2 MVPs there, especially from last week. How does it feel to know that you are just as important or crucial part of this team as some of the other players that we see pop off regularly?
It feels good.
And is there anything that you guys are hoping to work towards, hoping to experiment with team comp wise as we continue to develop in the game a little bit and new characters continue to get added?
Team comp wise, I think we're pretty good for right now, but our goal is to win this thing.
Of course, we always love wins, especially you guys hopefully setting the tone this season so that way when spring season starts, you guys can really set the tone and really show that Valhalla and Camp Hill is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
So, finally, thank you so much for your time up here. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come up here and answer some questions, and congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I don't know how many more I got. Looks like I got one more at least. Lachlan, my little goat, Lachlan, my Iron Man goat, Lachlan. We saw a lot of different characters from you that time. We see your adaptability in this game, in Rival specifically. How does it feel? What are you doing, I guess I should say, to make sure that you are comfortable playing all of these characters?
Just practicing them like what you saw. I was just testing out different characters, see how I liked them, just seeing how I did with them. First time playing Loki. Had fun on him. That was pretty fun. I liked how he had the characters and the characters would shoot with him. The healing was good. I liked that a lot. Yeah, so I asked Owen a very similar question. We see a little bit of the switch, you from DPS to Loki, that healer role. What are you doing to make sure that when you are that healer role, you're keeping additional awareness on your team's health? Just looking around, looking at people. Like if someone pushes them, I kind of gotta push with them. I was staying at cut so other healers could push. In the second game, I think. Okay. I was trying to stay at cut, doing that. That Black Panther kept flanking me. I was trying to warn my tank and damage about that. I'm trying to kill this guy.
And I heard from a little birdie that we saw a crazy Loki ult to copy Storm to then double a Storm ult. Is that something you guys had planned? Or is that something you just decided in the moment? Can you talk to me a little bit about that decision in that moment?
So in that moment, Evie called. Evie's we should double Storm ult. So I just did it. I did it quick. Owen forgot to ult though, because it just happened. But I think I got 3 or 4 kills, so it worked out really well.
And luckily for you, because of that adaptability that we see so regularly come through from you, whether that be with Marvel Rivals or even with Fortnite, you be able to play that DPS role and be able to lock in and get a bunch of those kills for your team. So congratulations. Thank you so much for your time up here, Lachlan. And looking forward to see your personal development and what the team does as we move forward into the spring season. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and I believe lastly, Coach Connor, the madman behind it all, the maestro, the schemer.
Hello.
Coach Connor, talk to me a little bit about that sweep that we just saw.
Had to get a little bit creative there at the end. We were planning to run our Iron Man comp that we ran week 1, but with that last minute Iron Man trio, it kind of threw us off. But I realized I didn't ban any of the people in my new special comp I came up with. That Storm comp you saw at the beginning. We came up with that tonight. Ran 3 quick play games before, and it kind of just rolled. Yeah. Even with they had a really good Panther. We were thinking of banning Panther, but we thought about it, and Panther doesn't really do much to Storm. So we chose to do bans that more kind of counter Storm and Iron Man, stuff like that. With it being the Hela, Punisher, those type of bans.
Absolutely.
And I think that really helped us with correct bans, stopping them from being able to counter what we wanted to play. And then having multiple different team comps that we play, they can't really stop us.
Yep.
They ban something, and we're just all right, we're going to play this instead.
You play something different. Talking about those team comps, what are you doing as the coach to make sure that everyone is comfortable playing all of the different characters that you want to try or to experiment with these different team comps?
Yeah, so definitely one of the big things is having trust in my own kids. Lachlan tonight on Rocket, I've never seen him play Rocket before. I said, do you feel comfortable on that character? He said, yes. I said, all right, I want to see you play Rocket. Okay. And it worked out. So that's one of the big things I have is trusting my own kids to be able to play characters to the best of their ability, no matter what I ask of them. And if I do come up with an idea that I want to be all right, guys, we're going to do this. I want you to go home and practice this character. Most of the ideas, though, I kind of just come up on the spot with the team, and I'm like, all right, can anyone play this character? Is anyone comfortable? Or even if they're not comfortable, are you able to play this character? And if they do that, I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's try it out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the cool things that we see from you, and we saw it in Overwatch, now we're seeing it in Rivals, the translation coming through your willingness to experiment. Can you talk to me about why you're so comfortable experimenting and a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. One of my favorite things is to go against the meta, which kind of addictive because I'm playing meta characters.
I'm right there with you, brother.
But it just gets boring after time, and then we might play meta 1 or 2 maps, but we like to switch it up. And I think it keeps the game fresh, because coming from Overwatch, where near the end of it's the first game's lifespan, it was just the same team composition the entire time. I got bored of it, and it's boring to watch.
Yep.
And I'm sure people at home, my own kids, don't want to do that.
Yep.
I want my kids to play what they have fun on. If it's meta or whatever's the best, we'll play it. But I want my kids to have fun first. It doesn't really matter if it's a good team comp. That's my job to figure out what works.
Absolutely.
Their job is just to come in, play their best, and have fun. My job is to make sure it works.
Yeah, absolutely. And couldn't have said it better myself. I think you did a great job. Not only talking about yourself there, but just kind of painting Valhalla in a general storm. Obviously, we want the kids to come in and have fun. But thank you so much for your time up here, Coach Connor. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank
you guys, 2-0, first place, setting good pace to hopefully dominate the winter season, hopefully carry that momentum into the spring. So congratulations again. Thank you so much for your time.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here at Valhalla Camp Hill. From myself, Coach Christian, from Coach Jonathan, Coach Connor, and everybody else, all of the students, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Tune in tomorrow, Thursday, yes, where you guys will have to deal with my ugly mug the whole time, where we will be casting some Valorant. Look forward to that. I love Valorant. I hope you guys love Valorant as well. I love that I get to come up here and cast it for you guys. And with that being said, again, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.